Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back. I get a lot of questions regarding recoil control and handguns. Now here is a CERT trainer and I'm going to use this for demonstrating purposes. This is a laser trainer. It is not a gun, but I tell you what, it works great as a training tool. Questions that I get evolve around recoil and things like, well, when I go to shoot it, it literally seems like the gun wants to jump out of my hand when I go to fire it. And that concerns me. So let's talk about that for a moment and look at some things that might be able to help you when it comes to that. Now, in some schools and some schools of thought, people have been taught to hold a handgun like you're holding the egg of a quail, like a quail's egg. And that way everything is nice and gentle. Well, what that means is I essentially have virtually no grip, no control over it. So if the gun goes bang, I mean, it can pretty much move however it wants. You don't have control over the firearm. So you need to get a grip on it. Get a firm grip. Get a high tang grip as well, because that's going to help you to mitigate the recoil. Now, the other thing that has been taught by a lot of people in the past has been holding at an angle like this. Notice the position of my wrist. Holding at an angle like so to essentially act like a shock absorber when it comes to recoil. This could be the source of another problem, and let me show you why. If you notice how the wrist is bent right here, even though I've got a firm grip on this pistol, this trainer, watch what happens. I can grab the muzzle, and even though I'm fighting against it, I can deflect it like so, and I can really deflect it this way, even though I'm fighting against it. And that's because of the position of the grip. Now, if I go ahead and I have my grip locked like this, so biomechanically I've got everything straight, watch now what happens. I'm putting the same level of force on it. Do you see the same level of muscle deflection or, muzzle deflection? No, you don't. Why is that? Well, it's biomechanics. So with this being straight, I can grab this really hard and look what happens. All I end up doing is I'm just fighting against myself. I'm not really doing much. But if I break that wrist down, I've got a lever. I have a point of weakness where just with these fingers, I can get this muzzle to basically do pretty much anything that I want. So straight grip, which means if we go to marry the hands and we're coming out like we're ready to shoot, we're not going to be up here like this. We're going to be bringing it up to our line of sight, but we're not like this. Instead, we're going to come out and we're going to extend all the way forward. And if you notice, what does that do? You see that the wrists are straight, the arms are straight, which means from a recoil management standpoint, it's going to work out a lot better. Now, another thing that I have seen with some people is we do live a fairly sedentary lifestyle today, which means that people are sitting on the couch, sitting in a recliner. They don't get out much. And we do need to exercise. We were built to exercise. But because of technology and stuff like that, a lot of times it doesn't happen. So as shooters, what you need to do is you need to strengthen muscle groups all over your body. But one thing is grip. So I use grippers to do what? Strengthen my grip. I also use weights, and these will be used in order to get the wrist strengthened. So typically, normal routine is doing this. Normally I do this about 20 times, 3 different sets of 20, coming up like so, flip it over, you get the idea. And also this. So that strengthens the wrist. Another good way of telling how good your grip strength is to simply grab a weight like this and hold it. Just go ahead, hold it, and hold it in different planes. See how that works for you. But one condition, though, that a few people that I've known have had has been something that is like a hypermobility in their joints, like in their wrists, in their knees, in their hands, where just the way that they're constructed and built, things are fairly loose, and it makes it very difficult for them to actually lock up the wrist. But hopefully these tips will help. Remember, good firm grip, high up on the tang. If you're doing this, you're creating a lever point, you're creating a point of weakness so you can get deflection. Make sure that biomechanically everything is straight. That might help cure a lot of ills for you. So thanks for the questions, thanks for all the comments, and until next time, everybody, have a great one and be safe out there.